Welcome aboard to Magical Wares, where the experience points are fake, but the magical potions are real. That's right, folks. We've got the orange ones in the back that have freshly cut giant toenails. Yeah. And the story in clipping their toenails is a story in of itself. We are a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition stream. Today we'll be playing in our Yellow Silk campaign called in the world of Primeval Thule. I wanted to show the book, show you guys what we're into. This is the world we're playing in. Primeval Thule, written and developed by Sasquatch Games. It is a great, refreshing world that isn't the Faerun universe. And it's something that we've been playing in for about 6 episodes now. This is our 6th episode. So we're I got one really quick announcement to make. We've got, I mean, aside from the fact that we've completely redone the stream, we're super excited to, and we've got the whole party here ready to go. But one announcement, so every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central on the Twitch channel, It's Just a Summer Job. Summer has started up an advice show for DMs, and it's been really, really impactful. A lot of content creators like our channel and other channels alike and podcasts and stuff have kind of come together, and they started a channel called, or a advice show called Off the Table. And Off the Table, it's an advice show for DMs by DMs. Every week, every Thursday, they've got 4 new DMs, and they talk about a different topic. So this Thursday, jump into our channel and check out Off the Table. I will be guest starring next Thursday on the 28th, and we're going to be talking about railroading and keeping players engaged. So I feel like I have a few opinions on that to talk about, especially with some of my disaster stories from other games that we've had. Yeah, so we have all players here today. We've got a previously on video. We're going to jump right into that and find out what happened in the last episode, even though we had a marathon all day today and it was amazing. I realized we had an entire day's worth of content to display now, which is freaking amazing. So super looking forward to it. We're going to cut to the previously on, and after that we're going to introduce the rest of the players. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Previously on Yellow Silk.
I say, he who takes no chances wins nothing.
Even as a 9-year-old. That's a 9-year-old?
As a 9-year-old.
You're going to be like,
you know, what does that even mean? It means free us.
So he stands before you with the sword. Tembo is there with the sword right at his feet, as you're the first one to get to the forest line.
I'm terrified, but like this is my chance at freedom, so
you're gonna get back in your cage.
I pull the sword up and hold it in front of me, and I'm like,
it is so much larger than you.
No, come at me.
And he comes down with a large sweep.
I'm gonna just like hold it up.
Yeah, and you feel the weight pull down, like as it's starting to come, like he's about to break.
And then I just move out of the way, and as he stumbles, just slice.
You slice right through him, but as in that same motion, he kind of comes back. And where does Tembo get his third scar at?
On the right in between.
In between his ribs.
Like right on in between his arm and his torso.
He's about to just go for a full thrust.
I'm gonna say it's luck, and like the cut just kind of stuns him, and he falls down, and the sword goes above him.
Okay, yeah.
And at that point, he just kind of like lifts it up and puts it into the guy.
Yeah, and he kind of falls over just almost as easily as that.
Kira goes up to the guy that was just slain and says, "He who takes no chances wins nothing." It's like the only line Kira repeats it over and over again.
So the little boy, he's like, "I want to go with you guys." He puts his arm out to shake it. He says, "I'm Nathy."
I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
And as the last moment, you take it, you turn and you see the slaver still staring. He's got just this presence to him. The air around him doesn't even touch him, as he just continues to look at you. And you kind of make note of his eyes again, as they kind of just seem to be really piercing. You end up back in your place where the smoke kind of puffs away from the man who just called himself the Crawling Chaos. And those eyes seemed very familiar to you. A certain group of people came into the docks yesterday, claimed to know you. I believe they named or described the 5 of you by the name of Nathy. What brings you to the Dreamatorium?
Why do they take the black milk?
After extended exposure to it, that the elves keep wanting it, despite the fact that they kind of know that they're not supposed to be dreaming those dreams. They dream of apocalypses, they dream of their deaths, they dream of their families' deaths, and it is horrible. Why do they dream such bad dreams? What is the purpose of this? And that is what I'm trying to find out.
Man, Arm would be really interested in this, but I'm pretty bored.
Oh my gosh. Wait, so in all this research, do you have any way to help people like us to survive?
That I have. Pulls out like a rod. And he says, I've been working on this to help find this creature. And he pulls out like a little potion. And he says, if we could find a way to put this, douse it with this potion, I might be able to track it and use some of my magics to understand a little bit more of it. Flapping kind of stops, and you hear just kind of like gliding downward as this thing starts to kind of make its way, and you hear it just kind of land, and you all hear in your head, time to feast. It's got rubbery skin that seems very oily to the touch, and it's hooked horns that go out to the side and a large tail that hangs out as its wings spread out probably 15 feet. And he's got this several tentacles as it kind of comes down. There are no eyes. It's just a face of tentacles, and it closes up its wings, and you just start to feel cold. Kira falls down, unconscious. And we're live. We got all of our players here with the new setup, ready to go to kick butt in our Dungeons and Dragons tabletop role-playing game.
Dude, dial it back just a little bit.
All right. Hype level just a little lower. We got all of our players in the channel, and chat probably. Here we got Arn, just Arn. It's always just Arn.
That's it.
We've got, I can't remember your names. It's been a month since we played. Rodan, and you're right there. Rodan the Green, Kira the Unseen, and then we've also got Gert the Ghost, Tembo the Thrice Guard, and me, Mort, the DM, up here in my pseudo tavern, and my photoshopped DM screen. That's not real, folks. That is just quality Photoshop. So we're here to play our Yellowstone game, as we said earlier, and I think really it's been a month and a half since we've really played our game, mostly just because of storms in life and storms IRL preventing us from being able to actually play, but we're all here together now, so we're ready to kick butt. And as we saw in the previously on, we have a certain situation presented where Kira the Unseen is laying down unconscious, and in the last episode, Garrett the Ghost wanted to take a turn. He wanted to move so quickly, and I kept describing the scene of more doom and gloom, and I think it ended up being pretty hardcore. Yo, Davy Faverilla? Oh man, I'm really bad at Twitch names. I'm new to this. I'm sorry. Thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, so the scene as it was then, and I'm going to pull up my spooky music switch over here. We're going to get ready to go. Intense. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we saw before you a creature, large, bat-like wings that had rubber all over the wings, and it was just like this dark, very almost like milky skin colored, like you could see it, like you could see veins as it's being lit up by these other two things that I'll mention later. We had another thing. He's got tentacles coming all the way down. Probably extends about a good foot from his face. And speaking of his face, there is no features to it. It's just a blank expression. There's no mouth, there's no nose, there's no eyes. But yet it's completely aware of your location as where you guys are standing. And the beast itself closes up its wings as it's getting ready, and it had just spoken into each of your minds. Time to. And at that moment when he got lit up, Kira had fallen unconscious just from the sheer fright, terror, just mind screwery, whatever it was, it just knocked him out. And in that moment, we noticed that what was lighting him up was two more creatures up on the rooftops in the alley that you were in. And you saw, speaking of the alley, it's going to take me a second to get this all smooth. Boom. There we go. The whole reason for the green screen. So we have
We're already there.
on the two rooftops next to us, we have these two creatures that you've seen before. The one that hooked Kira, ripped out his tendon as he was trying to climb out frantically from the rope as he was coming up and out. And it hooked his tendon, ripped it out, and he had this giant blue light that emanated from his face of energy, of just like sheer power. And there's two of them on each rooftop, and their blue energy was lighting up the creature before you guys. So that's where we left off. And I think at that point, we kind of just decided to call it quits. And so now, I'm going to give everybody kind of a time, like an opportunity to just like make a quick turn, not necessarily like, oh, okay, attack him or whatever, but like you can do like a free action before. I think what we're going to do is initiative.
Okay, so we're in this alley, and the Faceless Tickler is on the ground in front of us. Is it up in the air?
It's on the ground. Okay, and so, and actually further context, Rodan's a cat tied to a rope who is leashing you guys because none of you have dark vision except for this cat, and so
So it's just like dimly lit by these blue light of these creatures. Awesome.
Yeah, and so I think there's a cat here laying before you. Arn had his rod, and this is what triggered the whole situation. Was Arn had this rod that lit up the sky. He was able to point to any large winged creature from the guy you met at the Dreamatorium, and he pointed it at the location of the warehouse. It lit up, and it was like, clearly there's something up there, and he like quickly tucks it away. And I think, okay, so if we all remember, the whole purpose was there is a potion that you guys needed to get onto his skin, and then that was it. That was the goal. And so in terms of his location, he's right probably 60 feet away from you down the street, and same with the creatures that are up on the rooftop. They're about 60 feet away, and since they're lighting up blue, their whole body's emanating blue, it's lighting up the alleyway before you.
And didn't we have two of those potions, or did we have enough for two?
We had two.
arrows?
Kira, who's now unconscious, has one in his pocket, and then Garrett has the other.
I had already wrapped one onto an arrow.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was ready to go, ready to shoot.
All right, so you just gotta hit, and so somebody buy him a crit, and we're done.
That's right, folks. You can buy crits with gold in chat. Okay.
Or critical fails.
Or critical fails.
Whoa. Why are you telling them that?
Suddenly the currency goes. Like I never said anything.
Obviously,
Donations are coming
Rodan
in
is
like crazy.
arching his back and hissing like crazy. So, can I undo the rope? Because I want to turn back and I don't want to...
You can try with your paws with no opposable thumbs, like you're just going to be doing this number.
Scratch.
Because I want to turn back.
So in a free action, I wouldn't say you would be able to do it in a free action.
I'm gonna grab Kira and drag her back. Him. Sorry, the A always gets me. Drag him back, like behind me.
Okay.
And then get ready to
kick butt.
yeah.
All right.
You
Knocking
can just
the
put me
arrow.
in your pocket.
You get ready to you ready your weapon. You have the arrow ready to go. Rodan is taking the collar off as much as he can.
And turning back.
Who now? Here's a question: who is holding the leash?
Who was holding? Was it you?
I think so. Wait, no, we need.
I don't think I would have elected
That's
myself
a
to
good
hold the
question.
leash. It was either you or
You know what?
Garrett.
Technically, Arn was leading the pack with
that's
his.
true.
Oh, yeah, it
with his
would've been
thing.
Arn.
Like the light. So it was
So
probably
I would say
me, right?
Arn has probably got him.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is
So,
Arn doing in all this?
I will, if I can, probably see, like, recognize what's going on and try to help get the rope off Rodan in his
Okay.
cat form.
Cool.
Actually, I'd probably like take out my dagger and then just cut the like rope. Not like just very quickly, just might like rough up his fur, but just to get it off him.
Okay, and so, okay, I think we're ready. We should roll initiative for that bad boy. Let me get this big dice cam.
Oh, this is not gonna go well for us.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, this is worth it.
I'll have a great initiative being unconscious.
Yeah, it's a
Oh man,
it's a D20 roll.
this is a great night already for me.
Maybe for you.
I think monsters.
Be it.
Okay, who's anybody above 20?
No.
15 to 20.
17.
15.
Arn, you're up.
I'll take my action and do nothing.
10 to 15.
Rodan.
Rodan, you're 10. What did Rodan get?
12.
Okay, and then Tembo's last.
7.
Okay, so monsters up first. Let's get some skirmish music going. The beast before you opens up his wings, and his things start to flutter, and suddenly the alleyway becomes extremely cold. As it just you see icicles just quickly move its way through the rest of the alleyway. I guess I should actually have a sheet before I just start rolling all the damage. Okay. By the way, guys,
Maybe it's like 8d8.
this is the creature. This is
That's
upside
upside
down.
down.
There we go. Boom. That is who they are fighting. There
We have yet to see him.
we go.
Truly.
You have yet to see him. You saw him truly in his form, and it really screwed with your mind. Let's see. Is there an audio delay? If anybody's in chat, let us know. If there's like audio issues, let us know because then we can try to make some adjustments or whatever. Okay, so yeah. As this ice starts to move forward, he starts to like run forward, and immediately reaches. I think he ignores the cat, but runs to Arn.
Oh no.
And he tries to basically grab you, and you feel this. I don't want to describe it as tickling, but it like a tingling sensation as he grabs forward and to grab you, but it's not real contact. Like you feel him. He's kind of ethereal, but he is almost solid. There's just like this very weird sensation with it. But as he grabs you, you feel this cold sensation going through. Does 12 hit?
Yes, it does.
Oh god.
Okay.
Get yourself some mage armor, man.
12 cold damage. As it starts to course through your veins, you feel starting to like you're freezing up. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's gonna be 17.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to resist it a little bit. You know that effect was starting to weigh you down a little bit. That you know that it definitely would have started to slow you down. Like you're going to start freezing really bad. And he basically goes and reaches out to Gert. And there's this mind connection for a moment. You start to feel your brain just being invaded as you feel this tingling sensation, almost ticklish, as it starts to like really mess with your ability to like focus. Give me a Constitution saving throw, or Wisdom saving throw. Sorry.
It's brutal.
Let me pull it up. There we go. Just leave that up
Horrible
whenever
things
we're rolling
happening.
for that. Yikes! Yo, what did I just roll?
That's no
Brave men
Yikes.
go forward.
Man, I really want to show the camera. I want to show the audience this because it's almost Yahtzee. I never really thought like that was possible.
All ones.
Okay, 25 psychic damage.
He's immune to psychic.
As it's just really truly invading your mind, almost like focus lost, but that's it for his turn. The other monsters on the side, you can start hearing them like kind of screeching a little bit, like almost trying to make notification to the rest of the group.
Oh god.
Monster horde.
Yes. All right, Kira, give me a Wisdom saving throw.
He was.
That is a 10.
That is not good enough. You are asleep. Now,
I'm already unconscious.
okay.
Great.
So you do see for a moment, and I say you see because you feel this. You have this out of body experience as your spirit pulls out of your body for a moment. And you feel it being tugged and pulled away, as if it's being pulled to another world. And for a moment, you see yourself. You see a very like slow, stopped motion of this monster grabbing onto Arn. You see this string connecting from his mind to Gertz, and you see yourself just lying there, being dragged by Tembo off into the back, and you feel like you're being pulled away.
This feels like a good thing. Like I'm about to be in a good position of superiority.
Yep. All right, Arn, what do you got?
Wait, I think we got a critical hit redemption here.
But for
Oh,
no,
dang.
For no one.
Okay, hold up. So
Yeah,
You
say the
can-
names.
I
didn't
this
wanna
is why
interrupt you.
I need names in here. So we've got Arn onto the right of the screen, Rodan, Kira. Oh heck yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
For who though?
Nice animation.
Blue jacket guy.
Blue Jacket. There you go. I love it. The system works. The system works. I love it. Dang, that's amazing. Okay, dude, that is awesome. You're the first person to actually redeem it, and that's amazing.
That's
We're forever
awesome.
immortalized for that.
This is perfect too.
All right, so
Just don't die.
I gotta get there.
Yeah, don't
Gotta
die.
get there. Yeah.
Almost there.
Rodan.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, it's Arn. We almost skipped Arn. Arn, what do you got?
So am I? I'm just right up on this guy, huh?
Yeah, he's within distance of you. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm just going to try and. Are the other two guys? Are they? What's the range on them? Like where?
They're like 60 feet away, up on rooftops. They're probably like 20 feet high up in the ground, like off the roofs. Like you know that they were there, mostly just based on the lights that they're producing.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna try to hit them with a scorching ray.
Hit one of the creatures on the rooftops.
All three of them. So like the three different rays, hitting each one of them. The guy in front of me, and the
Oh,
two
heck
guys
yeah.
on the roofs.
Let me get my pencil here. I don't need it. I wasn't thinking of taking any damage today. Okay, it's you just rolled a hit, right?
Yeah. I assume roll to hit each one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one's going to be 15 on. I don't know, one of
The guy
the
in front of you.
rooftop guys.
If you're gonna range shoot the guy in front of you, you're at disadvantage for the faceless tickler.
All right, so let's do that one for one of the rooftop guys.
Okay.
Second rooftop guy, 21 to hit,
That hits as well.
and then the guy in front of me I have disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay,
All right. I'm trying to find the other character sheet.
no worries. That's
Yeah,
an 11.
15. Both of those hit. And what does he get for faceless tickler?
11.
Okay, yeah, that misses. So The other creatures, we'll just call them hunting horrors, because that's what they're called. You hit both of them. Go ahead and roll the damage for that.
Okay. So the first one gets 5 points of damage, and the second one gets 9.
Is that like fire, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Heck yeah, dude. So you blast them, and you see from the sides where they're lighting up blue, fire just like directly impacts into the ribs and starts to sizzle and burn the skin as they cry out now. Rodan, what do you got?
Okay. So I use my bonus action to turn back human.
Okay.
And
As you like immediately choke and die because the rope is. Alright, we'll see you later. Nah, yeah, no, the rope like is still on there, but like you're fine.
Yeah,
like, it's not
kudos
choking.
because he thought of that, and he's like, I want to take my action you're giving me to loosen the rope up.
Yeah,
I would have
that's
just totally
what-
turned
Yeah.
back into a person.
so, I want to use so I go. How far is the faceless Tickler from everyone?
We'll say that it's him, but you're actually not too far off because he's probably right behind you, probably about like 10 feet. But he's only within 5 feet distance of Arn at the moment.
Okay, perfect. So he's with.
We'll say everyone else is like a couple feet off in the distance, far
Okay.
enough to not be engaged.
So I'm gonna I go Esfera de Fuego,
So the
And-
fire is produced and comes out.
and I produce a flaming sphere,
Nice.
right on his back.
Okay,
and
sweet.
It's 5 feet away from Arn, and all you have to
It's a dexterity.
dexterity saving throw, and
He fails.
the whole 2d6 of fire damage.
Nice.
That's 6.
All right. So it sizzles his back a little bit, and as you're looking behind him, you see that he's got his long tail that's wrapping around his wings. It like actually sizzles his back where it joins the wings together, and he cries out, and he's got your attention now.
Does
Or
he
you
wake
got
me
his
up?
attention. No, you
So does he rise up and sort of?
He's like
Present
he's
a wonderful
presenting
target.
he's presenting a nice target in the chest region.
All right, then I'm gonna pull back the knocked arrow that has the potion on it, and I don't know how the critical roll works.
You just
You
just
just
hit.
you just do.
Yeah.
You just do.
I
There's
just
no system to
aim,
roll for damage.
fire, and hope for the best.
You do, and this meta magic starts to really just focus you in on this one moment. The purpose of all this entire time you spent the whole day focusing on this. As you pull back, you knock your arrow, and the weight is a little off, but you feel inspired, and you let loose as it does direct in his chest as the bottle like splatters all over. It shatters, and on his chest is now this green goo.
Awesome.
As it just sprays on there, and it kind of sizzles a little bit, and it just kind of like is stuck now. It's like almost like glue.
What's his reaction?
He doesn't really realize it, but he does feel the damage as it goes through his chest, the arrow. So you can roll double dice for that. Nice.
Plus 3.
Yo, critical hit for who?
Yes.
Critical hit for
Tembo.
Tembo. Nice,
That's
dude.
11. Plus whatever the potion did it to do.
Okay, yeah. He takes it. He
you have to
feels.
raise
He
the
feels it in
CR
his
on these
chest.
monsters.
You do see that your. I think it works this one time because of the potion, but you know that like the arrow hits him real hard and then bounces off. Like it wouldn't have been effective otherwise. But I'm gonna give you the damage because the magic.
You're just blunt though.
Yeah.
Some glass.
All right, Tembo.
All right, I'm gonna just push past everyone and just barrel into him with the sword and just bring it down on him as he's like, I guess, distracted by this green goo.
Yep.
on
He's
him.
like.
and critically hit,
Oh
and
boy.
that gets
Oh, boy.
re-rolled.
You want one re-roll. All right, that's
Oh, I
it.
have to keep that.
That is 17 plus 3 plus 10, so 30 damage.
Dang.
And due to Great Weapon Master, my feat, whenever I critical hit, I get to make a bonus
You get
action
yeah
attack.
to go again. Oh my
So,
gosh.
Here's another one at -5 because the other one was as well. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
All right,
Yeah.
and then another great weapon going to be 16 slashing damage. Thank you.
Yep, 16
Nick.
also hits. How much is it?
No,
No,
16 is the damage.
16 damage, okay.
Yeah. 16 to hit, 16 damage.
So does it still hold on to Arn right now?
I think it lets go at this point. It's because it's like feeling this weapon, immense amount of damage. Now,
And you know what? I'm gonna action surge.
okay, yeah, all right. I'll save my comment for
Yeah.
last.
So that's gonna be a 12 plus 6 is 18 to hit.
Yep, 18 hits.
All right.
Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
Hell yeah. And that's gonna be 4 plus 3, 17 slashing damage.
Holy
And
smokes.
I will also do a trip attack with a superiority die. And that is going to be another 4 damage on top of that.
Oh my gosh.
And he needs to make a strength saving throw.
Holy smokes. All right, this
He's
is
large.
a lot.
He's large, right?
He's large.
Yeah, so strength saving throw.
He rolls a 10.
Alright, that's going to fail, and he's knocked prone.
All right. So what was the damage from that last hit?
It was
4
4
plus
plus
4.
3, so 17
17.
plus another 4, so 21
21.
total.
Okay. Now,
Oh,
any
you're
creature that you
inspired.
ever fought where you've just gone into like a blood fury
Mhm.
of just rage and murder, and you've just hack and slashed at this guy. You've even seen some of these tentacles just kind of coming off, and you're cutting him.
Like, bring it up under his legs.
But
on
you
the
see,
backswing.
as you're cutting, and then your final trip, he falls down, and with just the briefest light that you see, the cuts aren't bleeding. They don't cut too true, but you do a significant amount of work.
No.
But I will say this: that was pretty significant. That was amazing. Holy smokes!
Is that inspiration?
On
because he
any
knocked me
normal
out?
creature,
Is that-
like that would have definitely
Any hell of a
freaking
arm.
messed somebody up. Holy crap!
Thank you for the crits.
Dude, yeah, Nick Cellier, you're freaking your boss, dude. All right, who has a crit fail for the DM? Really? Come on. Okay, so we're back up top where the Faceless Tickler now. He retaliates. He stands up as he starts to stand and tower over everybody, and he is looking down, and you feel a voice in your brain as it just reaches out. Says,
Most.
I shall savor you. As he goes and just reaches for Arn's head and then just like grabs it.
Oh no.
Oh my
god.
No, dang dude. As he reaches and then misses his head for a second, he's like, oh wait, it's actually over here. Wow.
Can I do like a reaction spell? Does that come before or after you say how much it is?
I would say don't worry about that because I rolled bad both times. And he realizes his fingers are actually missing because you cut them off. And he's just like, dang it. So his turn is done because he rolled really bad. A 3 and a 2. So okay. The other two creatures, the hooked horrors, now that they're been damaged, they wake up. You see them stretching out as these large hooks start to rise up in the air. And you hear off in the distance now screaming of just like everything's waking up at this moment. Like they made a stress signal. They set the alarm off, and now they are jumping down into the street and making their way closer to you guys. Kira, you are having an out-of-body experience at this moment.
Yeah.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
You ever spend that
Wow.
inspiration I bought you?
I didn't, but I'll spend it now. 'Cause that's gonna get even worse. What do I get to do with the inspiration?
Anything.
Reroll?
It's advantage.
You can. I'll let you choose advantage or a D8 because you know. I think you might as well do an advantage at this point.
Sweet!
All right. So now you mark your inspiration off that you haven't used for like forever.
I actually have 2 of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That was like 3 sessions ago or something.
Cam, if the longer you stay in stream, the more gold you earn. You earn like 5 gold per 10 minutes or something like that. So people who 4 gold can absolutely have mega influence over the game, but I wanted to prevent like trolls from just like trolling nonstop. But yeah, 5 gold every 10 minutes.
Only way.
I think you can donate money, but nobody's ever done that.
Yeah,
so
I would.
I don't even know how.
So
So yeah, that's like a 20,
yeah, I think the way
22.
it's set up is $1 100 gold, but I'm not going to encourage that
No,
because
it's kind of crazy.
So that's a 22.
Okay.
And I guess I'm wondering like, what can I do in this out of body experience mode? Am I just like,
no, like you can choose to fail if you want to continue to experience this and see what's going to happen, or you could succeed and wake up. You feel the will pull through as you feel like you're going to go into your body and survive.
do I feel like when I'm being pulled out, do I feel like I'm going to continue to be pulled out, or I'm just like in this?
No,
new-
you feel like you're going to go off into another place.
Damn. No, I'll wake up.
Okay.
I was hoping that I could like actually almost like the dream world, like I could
Affect
actually
something, yeah.
affect something in
Yeah.
that space, but I don't feel like I'm in control of that at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so
maybe I can one day.
You
Let
wake
them
up.
learn.
You
Yeah.
break out, and I think that's your turn as you wake
Yeah, that's
up.
my action.
Arn.
Actually, when I wake up, I'm like, we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we're aware.
Yeah, I'm going to take this moment where he's struggling to kind of reach for me and just try to run like somewhere behind Tembo, just anywhere where he's in front of me. That's fine.
Tempo between you and the danger. Good plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
So
should take
Good
an
plan.
opportunity attack or something.
yeah, I mean you can disengage if you want, and that would prevent the opportunity attack if you wanted to do that. But that just uses your entire action to disengage.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'm messed up.
Okay. I messed up. All right. So you disengage and you take you get in between you and
Yeah, I'll probably go towards where Kira is.
Yeah, Kira's like behind me by about like 3 or 4 feet now because I ran forward.
Covered in blood.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh wait, no, it didn't.
No, you just
yeah,
you're
he's
just
not
scared out of
you,
your mind.
you wimped out. Okay, yeah. So you do that. Is there any free action or anything else you want to do?
I'll check on Kira and kind of like just see.
Yeah, as you're
how
like
he's doing.
you're checking on him, he wakes up and he's just like, I'm alive. no famous quote to
Alright.
give. He's just awake. It's surreal.
Too out of
Okay.
it for his...
Yeah.
So all right, Rodan.
Like, it's not okay, guys.
So am I on the other side? Like, pretty sure it's between me and the group.
Yeah, and there's a
Yeah.
big ball of fire right there that
And
you
there's a
put
big
down.
ball of
Yeah.
fire that I'm holding on his back.
Right.
Turn into a cat and run.
No, because I lose concentration for the flaming sphere.
Oh, that's right. He
and
didn't
I
move.
want to use it as a
Yeah.
as a shield for us. So I'm gonna try and move I'm gonna move the flaming sphere basically to surround his head
Yeah.
and,
I was,
upper torso.
So he didn't move. So that means I think he takes damage
He
because
does.
he ended his turn there. So roll the damage for that, the fire damage, and then
Nice.
8. All right, sweet.
And I'm gonna move towards the group. And,
Okay.
and trying to keep the flaming sphere as a barrier.
Yeah. So you put it in kind of in his face, in his way. You move the ball around, and I think if you move it and push it into him, it's another damage, right?
Yeah, if you push him into it, it's...
Yeah, because
Yeah. Okay,
that's
sweet. So
intentional.
roll the damage again because I don't think he has to resave. Yep.
No. Yeah, if you ram him with it, there's no...
8.
All right, sweet. All right, sweet. So the fireball is kind of in the way, and do you just stay in that position, or you gonna move around?
No, I want to move towards the group.
Okay,
and then
sweet.
I'm
So
trying,
you
yeah.
get away around. Garrett,
So, am I by myself or with the group?
I think the group is starting to gather behind you at this point.
I go with that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So it's like me going toe to toe with this guy,
Yes.
and like everybody else is like
piecing.
piecing out. Whatever, I'm just like in it right now.
Wait,
Tunnel vision.
one second. Are either the two that were coming towards us making any headway, or
they're probably, I would say now at this point they're probably like 15 feet away from Embo and
Yeah, maybe take one of
Tickler.
those out.
well, if we're gonna give ourselves a chance to get out of here, I was going to do. I'll try to hit one of them with superior. Or so.
I don't think so.
Nope. All right. That's 20. Oh, that's the attack damage. That's the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 24.
24 hits.
All right. So
You want to hit the left or the right?
the one the closest one, the one I do
Okay,
closest.
we'll say the left one then.
All right. So that 8 goes towards the damage.
Nice.
Another 8 plus 3.
Lifts it up, puts it back down.
19. I can roll again. It's 19. But the maneuvering attack is I can let any one of member of my party that can see or hear get reaction or up to move half their speed. They don't provoke attack opportunity.
Oh,
So
nice.
If he's the closest, it gives him an opportunity.
Yeah.
So
Okay, sweet.
I just turn and do that and scream, "Run!"
Run!
Kind of like snaps me out of it, and I turn around and.
All right, sweet.
And then
Yeah,
I go
so Tenno's turn, and you.
Well, I go into my
you
move
book
action.
it. Okay.
I book it.
So you guys
Do I
all
have
trying
to do it
book
as a reaction, or can I like hit him and then run?
It's as a reaction.
Oh, a reaction. Okay. Yep. I'll just peace out.
Okay, sweet.
So before we all completely peace out, I'm curious, like when I was having this auto-body experience and I saw this like kind of psychic connection, did I notice any difference when Garrett?
Yo, critical hit.
Whoa.
Another critical hit on Tembo.
He's trying to inspire you to stay.
Okay. I will stay in critical hit. And then,
Yes.
Did I notice any change in the monster when he hit him with the potion?
In,
was I able
in
to
how
observe that?
its like demeanor is, or
Yeah, you said I was able to see these like sort of psychic connections.
you
Like
saw
a
because
tendrils.
he was making a psychic attack against Garrett, and so that's why I was saying you see like a string there as it
Okay.
like kind of
But it
went straight
disappeared
to-
after.
And yeah, and it was gone.
Oh, so it
yeah.
disappeared. Out.
It was like him connecting his mind to him and
Okay.
to do this attack. Okay, so you're gonna stay, and I'll let you still do still get the benefit from it.
okay.
This meta
So
magic
I'm
will
gonna-
let you.
I'm gonna crit the shit out of this guy.
He thought he was running away.
I
He just
was,
making
but
a
then
big
I just had this,
wide
like,
turn.
We just need to
Burst
put
of
the dice
bravery.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh.
reroll.
Both two. Oh my gosh.
Come on! Oh, no!
That's perfect.
All right, so that's 19 plus 3 is
32.
22 plus 10 is 32.
Wow. Okay.
All right, and then as a bonus action, I get to attack again. Minus 5. That's gonna be
Oh my gosh.
18 to hit.
18
Oh
hits.
damn it! I was gonna do superiority dice with the crit too. Oh well.
I would say a good DM would let you.
But
But
I'm
you're
not
in the
deal.
middle of rolling all the die. I
Yeah.
mean, you might as well at this point.
All right.
If you're gonna burn it, I'm gonna
Then
let
I'm
you
gonna-
burn it.
We're gonna crit those, and that's gonna be another 14 damage. And then I'm gonna use, and it's a menacing attack, so he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Or be afraid.
Or be frightened.
Well, if you succeed at that.
His wisdom, he was 16.
Okay, yeah, he
Okay.
gets it. And then this is the other regular hit, and that's gonna be a 20 damage.
Wow. You see him hurting
Nick.
really bad. Yeah, you see him hurting really, really bad.
And I'm gonna run.
But as you do, you're like tempted for a second to like keep going. You notice the other two hooked horrors like approaching on you.
So it's
all
kind
right,
of
cool.
like a back and then turn and run.
All right. So is the goal that you guys are just gonna peace out collectively?
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
we do hear a horde of other creatures. So
Okay. So
it's not
what are
just
you
the
guys
three.
gonna do? We're gonna keep it an initiative, but we're gonna do like a scene to get out of here. What are we doing? What are we doing to get out of the way? You guys can't see. It's dark. It's pitch black.
Oh yeah,
What, flaming sphere. How long is the?
If you're gonna move the spear with you,
there's like some dim light from that at least, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can keep it 60 feet away from me.
yeah. Okay, so like every turn you can just keep moving it with you and all that stuff, so you can keep it
But
lit up.
still keeping it at a distance that is kind of like a shield between them and us.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we will say that your flaming spear, which is not too far off in the distance, is now following along behind you guys, lighting up the distance as you guys are continuing on with this ball of fire. This great ball of fire. All right, so what are we?
But we
what are
only
we
have
doing?
1 minute.
Out of here!
1 minute to do it. So what are we doing in 1
1
minute?
minute.
a minute.
1
which,
minute.
Which,
I'll
which section
probably
of
use
town?
that rod I have to kind
Okay.
of point the way and see like
Yeah,
what's
so
coming-
I imagine
coming
you
forward.
could probably like point it backwards like this as it's pointing
Yeah.
to the creature behind you and it lights up your way a little bit. Okay, so we got a little
Won't that
flashlight.
kind of like give them a line to where we are? Though?
Yes, it does.
Turn the spear left.
Although they can probably just follow the sphere.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should have the sphere go off in a different direction.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what just briefly say what you guys are gonna do to kind of get out of here.
Remind me, which district are we in right now? We're right in front of the
You're
temple.
in front of the temple,
Right, yeah.
going towards the central district. The not the
Auditorium?
hopeful hand, the flattened ox is not too far off from. It's an hour's distance from. It was an hour's walk to get here.
Did this creature kind of call? Are we aware that this creature probably called all of the surveilling?
Yeah,
flying
now that you're
monsters?
not in the heat of the battle, you are taking note that there's the fluttering of wings
Oh, so
starting
it's-
to wake up. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
We just dig underground. I guess we'll run to one of the ends, right?
How far away from the harbor are we?
That is literally across the city. Yeah.
We gotta run to one of the ends and just go.
I don't know if that's gonna save us, but yeah.
You get, with a minute of light, you know.
What,
you got,
what other chance do we have?
Well, we could head that direction, but there's
Break
elves
down one
that
door.
had
there are plenty
houses.
of buildings. Like I said, you're in a big alleyway right now, going out to the main street.
Just storm into
Storm into a random
building.
house?
Yeah.
Let's just
All right.
prison from that being, for home invasion. That's fine. Rather than being eaten.
All
by
right,
this
so
thing.
we'll say after the first turn, you guys are running, and there is with the shadows kind of playing tricks on you guys. You take note that as you get into the main street, you see off in the distance 3 creatures beyond, probably way far off in the distance, that are lighting up blue. And in the street, you take note, like behind you guys is the temple. It is pretty well lit up in the sense that there's torches everywhere, and it gives you kind of some decent lighting, but not too much. Still very dark. But to the left and to the right of where the temple's direction is at is where you see the 2 warehouses, and that's where you were at. You were on the left, the right warehouse. And beyond you is a building, a door with they're actually 2 buildings, we'll say, on the left and the right, and they have the stickers or the giant papers on them that said that this is from the temple. It basically says this building has been seized. Entrance into this is illegal.
Those look like good ones to go in.
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they like
as
barred
we
or
go
are they,
in,
do they like locked?
They're not. They got like, it's just like
Doors?
as doors, and it's a sticker on there. It's like entrance into this is punishable by. I don't remember what the word specifically I said, but I think it was along the lines of like punishable by the temple.
Too bad none of us can read.
Yeah.
Well, except for I wrote it.
But you knew what it said, 'cause
ignore.
he's playing dumb now this time. He's like,
I don't tell him what he says.
It says welcome.
It's like,
I'm on
yeah,
it.
it's fine.
Says welcome.
Yeah, it says welcome.
Walk-ins, welcome.
Awesome, let's go.
I'll push the light the opposite way.
Okay, so you go towards the temple.
When we go into the building,
Mhm.
I'm gonna push the light the opposite way.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Alright, so-
as we step through the door, I'm gonna cast like a minor illusion to make it look like just a wall, like kind
Alright.
of cover up the door.
All right. I like this. As you guys bust in the door, Tembo first kicks down the door. You close it, and you minor illusion a door as the flame goes off in that way. Give me, both of you, Rodan and Arn, well, it wouldn't be a deception roll. Let me roll against my insight for all my creatures.
What do you got?
Right, I love it.
Okay,
Fireball going off.
so as the fireball goes off, the door closes. You enter into a room. It seems to be completely empty, devoid of any life, devoid of any furniture. There's nothing in there, but you do see that there is.
Are there any windows?
There are a couple, but like there's
Yeah,
not any light in here to kind of give you away immediately. But there is there's stairs that go up and stairs that go down into the what do you call it? Basement. Yeah, we don't have any here.
Also, we don't have to dig underground.
So there's a basement that goes under, but you see like you enter into a living room. There's like stairs that go up to upstairs, and there's stairs that go down. What it looks into would be a cellar, and beyond that, it looks like there was a kitchen not too far off.
Are we rolling for deception?
No.
Okay.
I won't tell you what I rolled.
So is it pitch black in the? Is there any light in this building?
No, absolutely no. There's nobody in
So
here.
I
There's
just
nothing.
like fire up a torch.
Fire up a torch. Okay. And which way do you guys go?
I'll
Or down.
I'll kind of look around like more in the basement area to see what's.
It looks like stairs that go into a door.
Oh, there's a door there.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll kind of tippy toe down and listen in at the door.
Okay, so as you start going down there, everyone upstairs immediately hears all of the glass break in as these hooks reach in there and start ripping out a wall.
Oh my god.
As
Deception did not work. Alright, we picked down. Here we
And-
go.
The illusion of a building.
as they break in, and all right, so you guys got to turn. What are you doing?
Look at this. Look at the stream.
What's going on at the stream?
He's trying to buy critical
That's trying to
fail.
be critical. Oh my gosh. Critical fail DM.
Womp womp.
That's so good. He's over here trying to buy critical fail. Okay. All right.
Critical
it's okay.
miss.
It didn't go. It's too late.
No.
The story's canon at this point.
No, it's fine.
So
We can,
it breaks in.
We're still gonna use it. If
You got up or down? Which
stab-
way are you guys going in one turn?
We followed him down. At
Yeah,
this
I'm
point,
going
we're-
in.
we
I'm going in
picked.
the door.
Alright, the door's locked.
I pick it.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand or a dexterity plus.
So they're like
this is
ripping
dexterity
through,
check,
and I'm
right?
like,
With your
I'm gonna
proficiency.
stay in the back,
I'm
like
doing a sleight of
sword
hand.
out, waiting.
Yeah, we'll call it sleight of hand.
+5 to dex.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You just like
I like.
Like butter.
within 1 second, like
I just blow in the lock and it just opens.
door just swings open with the blow as it unlocks, and maybe it wasn't locked at all. So
Some
doors
point,
open,
yeah.
and you go in there with your torch. As the rest of you guys continue on down.
Yes.
You start to hear the crashing of this building to start being ripped
I
apart
slam the
above
door
you.
shut.
You go inside, you shut the door, and before you is a room, and it looks like there's just shelves of like preserves and stuff. And most of them look like they're just rotted. And
Is there any furniture or anything in this room that we
Um,
can use to?
Yeah, the shelves. Yeah, the shelves can.
Yeah, I
are not
yell at
attached to the
Timbo
wall.
and the strong. Be like,
All
pull,
right,
get
yeah,
the shelves
start
down.
pulling
Pull
them
them
down.
You start moving them over and stuff, and cover up the door. And you hear just above you the building just being ravaged as it's just being ripped apart.
Trapped.
Look around. Look around.
And there's
Is there-
no
Alright,
there's
give me-
no
give me a
exit out of this
perception check.
room. At least it's like a bottleneck.
Jeez.
Jeez. It's not gonna be. Someone else.
Ready your arrows.
Gotta think carefully what I'm about to do next.
6.
Okay, you do a quick look around. Like the noise is distracting because you keep looking at the door. You're trying to get a good view of what's actually in this room.
There's no windows, right?
There's no windows, but it does seem much roomier than you thought it was. Like maybe this building shared a basement with another one nearby. Like you see that not off too far in the distance is another door, but that's all you see.
I didn't notice the large sleeping monster.
Okay, what do you guys do? My
Well,
turn
no,
has
look at
already
the other- look at
my
the
turn
other-
has already been done.
Are we in initiative? Are we taking turns?
No, we're just taking
If
turns
there's
right
a
now.
door, then
The music's still going.
Yeah. So we
through that one.
we like barricaded that door. We're
Barricade
gonna
it,
go-
and then you start running over
He
to the
tells
next
us
one.
about this other door. We'll go look over and see what's going
Okay,
on.
yeah, it's locked, but it looks like it's going further down, like away from the temple, like in that direction, anyways. Like there would have been a building nearby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So I get
That
to
is in
that
the
door
basement.
and it's locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
That is a your math 16.
Okay. Yeah. You pick it real quickly. As you do, the door opens, and you just get this foul stench, something bad in the room nearby.
Oh God! Behind us or
Like the stench of death, like just rotted flesh.
Do I see anything with like open the doors?
You pull it. You put the torch in, and you hear nothing, and you see just kind of like flies, just kind of everywhere.
Dead people stuck left here.
disposing of the ones that
Yeah, the people
that they've
they-
been feeding on.
or these are the people that they repossess the house.
Well, I mean, how many dead people do we see?
Yeah. So you guys are gonna go over to the building, into the room.
Better this than
Better,
that.
better with those things than us.
All right,
up
cool.
there.
So you go into the
dead things are
room.
gonna hurt
You
us.
shut
Yeah,
the door
right
behind
now.
you.
that we know.
Laying before you looks to be what looks to have been or humanoid shaped. You see skeletons that are cracked at the ribs, split at the head, like just the bones are just like ripped open, and there's just like a pile of rotted flesh all around them.
Wait,
They feed people to the monster.
no. He told us that they try to get out of the dreamlands, like through people. And saying that their ribs are like split open and stuff.
Oh, it's those
Like
creatures.
these people
We're
were
fine the door.
victims of
The dream.
They were
The
portals,
dream-
basically, but
Yeah.
meat portals.
it was like it's like the alien thing,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
busting out right there, except instead of like just a hole, it's like ripping them apart.
Yeah.
So
So
some of those things from the dreamlands
Over
are
here.
here somewhere.
So you see these bodies laying down there. You notice it's similar. It's like the opposite of the room you were just in. Like there's stairs across the room that go upward. To get there, you have to kind of move through these bodies.
And there's a door.
there is a door that goes upstairs.
Is there a door like to the outside?
No, you're still underground. For all you can notice.
Are any of the humanoids elves?
No. Well, you can't tell. It's just
It's
rotted
just
flesh.
skeletons.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they're taller. Like,
Uh,
who's got the anatomy?
He's got the anatomy.
Okay.
Yeah. Just,
We can't even
Yeah.
read. Do you think that we know?
I got medicine.
Hey, I've studied an elf for a
Yeah.
while. I was out
yeah.
there.
You can give me a medicine check real quick if you want.
Yeah, I'll do a medicine check.
You don't know.
That's 10.
They look humanoid. Like maybe they could go either way. There could have been a mix. You can't really completely.
I
As
can
you guys,
tell you this: they're not halflings.
they're not halflings.
Okay,
That's true.
that was a very.
You guys hear
You think?
the building
It's the whitest
before
thing
you,
I've ever seen.
the building you guys broke into, as it just like crashes in, and there's all this dust as it just like the weight of all this newly shaped building is now weighing down on this wood ceiling, and you feel like the wood behind you, the basement behind you guys, has collapsed.
Well, at least
And,
they don't know where we are now.
And so all this dust starts blowing through the cracks of the door as it's coming through, and it's starting to make it very difficult for you to see, even with the torch before you. What do you guys do?
There's another door, right?
Yes.
Stairs up.
I'm just gonna kick it in.
You guys start kicking into gear. You
Like,
go
I'm
up
not
the
even gonna
stairs.
try.
As you do, give me a dexterity saving throw.
What is that?
6.
A 6 or an 8?
Okay. You feel a very strong pull as it just like clotheslines you in the neck, knocking you down.
Where is
Take
this thing?
6 bludgeoning damage.
Hole.
Yeah, well, not really a pull. You felt like it was a pull, and as it kind of comes out, like as he looks around, and you guys start going forward, there is a creature hidden in the shadows as it's coming out, and you felt his arm,
Is it? It's one of the hooked things.
and it is not a hook thing.
Oh,
That's one of the
God.
dream things.
It is a creature with his mouth coming open up from
it's
top,
one of the
and his
dreams.
red eyes, non-blinking eyes, staring at you
What did
as
I
he
tell
puts
you?
Tempo the
one
Wise. Yes,
of
we
his
just changed your name.
forearms down, and he reaches out with his claws, and these, large spikes hanging, jutting all over his body as he kind of breaks out a little bit and pops a few bones, and then immediately jumps into action. We want to re-roll initiative, or do you guys want
I
to?
would love to.
All right, let's roll
I'm
initiative.
good with
I'm
where I'm at.
last,
I don't
so-
know. That's a problem.
I'm not gonna say no. There we go.
There he is. Look at this.
Ding 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 ding.
All right. What'd you get? 20?
22.
Nice.
18.
Who's up top? Why'd you re-roll? Because I rolled a 1.
Me too.
18.
I got 20.
Roll.
I got 18. I got 18. What?
So did I.
Okay. What did
Oh.
Rodan get?
4.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, I'm lucky. No, I'm kidding.
No, I think it just goes to whoever has the highest dex.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
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 Oh, you have the highest.
I should.
Okay, Tembo. What are
All
you doing?
right.
+3.
I am like
Percent.
not this
+5.
time. And
Bust out the sword.
yeah, and just Try to bring it down on him. And that's going to be a 14.
No, it's
14
16.
Is it
does
I have
not hit.
17.
Ooh, good.
Oh, yes, okay. So you're, he's got it.
All right,
He's
well,
got it
I'm going to
Just
use
not
my
the
reaction
actual
to
roll
increase
number.
my AC by +1,
Okay.
and then I'm done.
All right,
Yeah,
sweet.
doesn't
Because
matter.
I assume this thing's like right in front of me.
He's
on the
right in front of
stairs,
you.
So I'm like
Yep.
not going to be able to bust past him.
Okay.
This is probably really cramped quarters too.
Yeah,
We're in
it's,
the
I would say
stairwell.
it's pretty small. Like
Yeah.
there's like maybe it's a 20 by 20, not 20 by 20. I'd say you'd be able to fit in this room and that's it.
Okay.
Is
But
it
moving around, trying to get like
Am
you,
I
either
like
everyone's
in the
gonna be
room? Am I in
engaged.
the room or am I on the stairs?
You're in the room, like
Okay.
almost to the stairs at
Yeah,
this
I do.
point.
Okay.
Okay, so Arn.
is it
Wait,
wood or?
Do I have a
It's all
clear?
yeah, everything around us is wood except for the walls that are stone. Floor is kind of just dirt, but above you is all wood. All right, Arn, what do you got?
That's my exploding.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Do I have a clear line of sight on the creature?
Yeah, we
Like,
we
no
learned
buddies
the
in the
name
way?
as being Gug, a Gug.
Oh,
A Gug? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to do a Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Green monster. Oh, that's
You
right.
got perfect line of sight of it. You shoot it. Roll it.
20 to hit.
20 hits.
Okay. 6 damage,
Okay.
and speed reduced by 10.
All right. It's like I ain't going nowhere. He doesn't say that. He actually has no voice. All right, Kira,
Yeah, so Kira.
back in action.
Kira's back in action, man. Like, Kira's gonna do some close quarter combat this time.
Yeah, you run through under everybody's legs.
Basically,
you get
Like
up,
do one of those like cinematic slide under.
slides under, pops up right behind the Gug, ready to backstab.
So I'm gonna do a little sneak attack action with advantage, I think, because I have
He hasn't gone yet.
assassinate.
No,
Yeah.
he went. He went.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
The monster didn't go
No,
yet.
monsters
Monster's
last.
last.
We rerolled.
Oh, you're right.
Well, I'm gonna have advantage because of assassin. I'm gonna use assassinate,
Okay.
and then I'm also gonna use sneak attack. So I can reroll that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. So that's
Yeah.
a 22 to hit,
Yeah. 22 hits.
and that's gonna be 1d6 plus 2d6. Ooh!
Dang.
Hello.
That's good.
14.
14
plus
damage.
3, so that's 17.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I'm going to I can well, I'll hang out there.
Okay. Garrett.
I'm going to shoot it, assuming I have a clear line.
Yeah, we'll say that you do.
All right.
At this point, like the slash in the back does a pretty good portion of damage. It's starting to bleed out.
I'm gonna do sharpshooter and maybe precise. Gotta find out how I roll here.
Okay.
7.
Yeah.
That would be a 14. I'm gonna go ahead and do precise.
That should do it.
That should be 10 plus 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh no, 12. I'm sorry.
12 does not.
Wait,
No.
what? 12?
Yeah, because I forgot to do this. I said I was doing this.
Oh right.
Okay.
So
Yeah, 12 misses just barely as it flies right past his ear, or his non-ear.
wood real hard.
Actually, like his mouth splits open as it's like it flies right into his mouth. All right, Rodan. Oh no, that's right. We're not leveled up yet.
Okay. The creature is humanoid, right? In a sense. It's
it
not
is-
human, obviously, but
It has shoulders. And
It has
legs.
shoulders.
It has
It's got
shoulders,
It's
feet.
got several arms.
It's like mouth is on the top of its head, you know. So
Yeah. That's
okay.
Not exactly.
But it has a
humanoid.
mouth.
Yeah.
yeah.
Has a mouth, has eyes, arms, and shoulders.
Okay.
Not necessarily in the right places.
Does it have a head, or is it just like the mouth is in like the shoulders?
Yeah, so it looks very creepy. Let me show.
Oh,
the
you haven't
audience.
actually showed us this.
Nice.
This is kind of what it looks like.
Oh, that's really messed up looking.
Yeah.
I'm proud to have sliced
So I
it.
look at it, and I go, Paralízate, and I cast Hold Person.
Okay.
He has to do a
What?
Oh
Look at Rosina.
and no saving throw, and he's gonna be in hold for 2 minutes.
Well,
He fails this. He fails this. I
That
love
was
it.
like a perfect sound.
Oh man,
yeah.
I love it.
Critical miss for the.
All right,
Yeah.
so he fails and he's like he's paralyzed, right?
He's paralyzed.
Okay, sweet.
And
Oh, perfect.
He has
at the end
no
of the turn, when it rolls, he can do another wisdom saving throw. But for now, he's paralyzed.
Yeah, so it's his turn. He rolls. He misses because he rolls a 10. Does that save?
Did he get a critical miss because of the thing?
Oh no, he
No,
failed,
that was
and then
the
it's his
initial, but
turn,
now it's his turn, so.
and then he rolls a 10 to break out of it. His
That
whole
should-
turn has been
you
expended.
He should have higher than a 10.
Yeah, I think he's higher than 10. You probably got 13. I think.
Wisdom plus
Yeah, I had it.
8 plus proficiency.
plus wisdom.
Yep.
Yeah, it.
Your wisdom is plus
be
3.
10
Yeah,
plus
yeah, you're 13.
Yeah,
So he fails. Tembo.
All right.
He's paralyzed, so he
So
gives you
it's
he gives you
advantage?
advantage.
And I think it's an automatic crit if I hit, and this is with -5. So
Paralyzed is an automatic crit.
so that's
Yeah. Critical
18
hit.
to hit.
Actually, yeah. Any attack that the creature hits is a critical hit. The attacker is within 5 feet, so you automatically hit.
Yep. So
Damn.
and now it's critical hit.
Let me,
So-
I should
Yeah,
have,
all my
you should have
monsters
sat
get
here.
murdered.
I'm
You
going
should have sat
to
here.
do a trip attack on him
Okay.
as well, which I think he automatically fails. It's a
He
strength
fails
saving
all
throw.
of his checks. Anything that's dexterity or strength.
Yep. So he automatically fails that.
So many
Gosh.
dice.
So that's gonna be
So much
15, 20, 27, 34 plus 10 is 44 damage.
Okay, hold on.
So did you go down the mouth and just...
Yes, so I'm like,
So that is a lot of damage. And he is like, you cut off one of his jaws and cut off like another arm as he's like bleeding out, but
great.
still
And as a bonus action, since I critically hit,
up.
You auto hit
yeah,
him.
that's a 10 plus 6, so 16.
16 hits.
All right.
You might
I don't
kill
think
him.
I don't think it's an auto hit.
Well,
still have
he's
to
paralyzed. No, I
It
think
is paralyzed.
He's paralyzed, so it's an auto hit.
Oh, there we go. So
God, how
that's
many 18s have you had?
21 plus 3 is 24 plus 10 is 34 damage.
How does it look?
Oh, so I like chop off like half here and then just bring it back and chop off the other part, so he's just basically like a
He's
triangle.
a triangle.
But
No,
just-
no mouth, no arms.
Yeah,
Just
and
like-
he like the body just falls down and it's like Kira's head is right like in between the triangle.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Dang.
That's for what
And,
it did to
and
your.
Kira's just
to
holding
your
the short
stomach.
sword, going like, "Holy shit!"
So, dang. What
Yeah,
are we
I
doing?
picked a couple locks.
Pick the next one. Let's get out of here. Like,
All right, so the building before
I'm
you.
good on a lot of stuff, but I'm good at killing.
It's been approximately like 12 seconds since the building before you collapsed. So what are we doing?
So we're in another building now.
Yeah, you're
we're like
like in the
on the
neighbor-
first floor, basically.
No, you're still in the,
we
you're still in the
go
basement,
Okay,
but
we're
like
still
as
in
if
the
like
basement.
Are we in the stairwell of the basement?
they're like townhouses where, but they share basements.
Okay.
So we're still we fought this creature in the basement.
Yeah, but of the next
Well-
door.
Let's just keep going through basements. Oh, I'm pretty sure
He's
the
psyched.
Sidur told us that we needed to go through the sewers to avoid guards and stuff. So since we're in the basement, we can probably find the sewers somewhere.
Keep going.
Okay. Do you your next round you find another locked door? Give me another check.
Lucky.
Yeah, that's right. You get to reroll ones.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
Nice.
Yeah, you open it with ease. As you continue on down, the next room it seems to be fairly clean, as it doesn't seem to have any. There's like preserves again. There's I would say there's some furniture in here, but it's covered in sheets and stuff, and you don't really make note of anything. Let's see. What would a sewer look like in a basement?
it would be a
probably be a
Great.
manhole.
Like a man.
It would be
Great.
great, so the water
Yeah.
could fall into it.
Um,
Think Goonies.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me roll proper dice for this. That's a D100.
Hoity-toity British.
Vertical whiz.
No, you want to succeed.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
want we want a grate to show up.
We'll see. We'll say this time, like looking at there is a grate there that is at the bottom, and the floor kind of goes into it, and you.
Quick check for clowns, and then we're in.
Yeah, you look around, no clowns.
All right. I'm gonna.
And you see a hand reach out. They all float down here.
Yeah. All of our dice float down here. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw the sword on my back, and then pull out the crowbar in my bag,
Okay.
and just like jam it in and try and pry it up.
Okay, sure. Give me a strength check.
with the
And you are not
crowbar.
exhausted anymore.
I'm not. I got some
I
sleep.
say to him, I say, nothing is easy to the unwilling.
Ooh, crowbar gives advantage, and that is a beautiful 20.
That opens. You guys jump in. You guys jump in.
5 total.
Dang. Yeah. You just and it pops off like a little.
Embeds in the wall. I'm just like
Somebody-
on adrenaline right now, like popped up.
Somebody should go get that and replace it over our heads. So.
Too late. Tembo's like jumping down the hole.
and Kira can't reach it.
All right. So what are we doing?
Follow.
All right. You guys are in the cavern, or in a cavern, sewer. Yeah. You jump in there, and there's a lot of water in here. It stinks really, really bad.
Sorry.
You hear rats out in the distance, kind of scurrying around. You do hear like shaking as like dust is crumbling before you, where you know the creatures are just like ripping buildings apart. What are we doing?
What direction was it to closest end that we turned off? Are we
What's-
traveling in that direction?
Give me a survival. Well, actually, you can't really get lost, can you?
Mm.
I feel like that's so broken for the situation. I've never been in the sewer system, but I know which way to
but
go.
this is like a maze, so he
Yeah.
knows like north or whatever, but he doesn't know like.
We'll say you know the direction, you know which way to go in the general direction to get to the place, but you don't know necessarily where it's at.
Of course. Yeah, I'm saying if we continue going on this,
Keep going. You keep going. It would be east.
him into the north side of the city. originally.
Actually, hold on.
North side of the city.
No, I don't
Temple's
have
in
a
the
map.
middle.
Yeah, we're in the middle.
Harbor was on the west or on the far south.
Yeah, it was the west. Yeah, so we're
Harbor's
going
on the
west.
west.
We're going west.
We're going to the west. Where's that?
Yeah,
There.
west towards the center, basically.
I thought we were at the center.
Yeah, we were at the
No, you
center.
were going to the center. The temple is on the east, and the center is like where all the crazy druggies live, and then the west is the dock.
So we're gonna
And the
strap
north
for
is
the
where the
Entrance.
Spire's was. Oh yeah, the
No,
entrance.
that's-
And the south is the Spire's All.
Spire's All is the south.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna head. We have to head to the south eventually, but which ways do we have? East and west right now.
Yeah, you have east and west.
West.
Yep. Makes sense.
Point that direction and start leading them there.
But you do note there is an eastern direction, and it does look like that goes straight to the temple.
I was going to mention.
Should we like
Actually-
mark the?
Rodan
The sewers.
feels something. Feels.
Sorry.
He feels like
It's really cramped down here.
He was just trying to steal your purse.
I just can't, I just got butts in my face. So just,
So he feels. Actually, I only turned off the music. I mean,
It's eerily quiet now.
I know, right?
That's almost
Okay.
creepier.
I want the sewer. Give me back the sewer.
So you feel kind of like this aura of power nearby that you were kind of trained to find not too long ago with your mentor before he left.
Oh, okay.
But it goes off to the temple. Like you know that way, there's definitely a location.
We right now don't want to go to the temple,
Well,
but I tell them, remember the story about my mentor telling me about the portals that we use for traveling around the world easily.
You think there's one here?
There's one towards the temple. I sense the aura of that I've been trying to look for. East.
Do you think that's how they're bringing these things in?
I don't think that's how they're bringing these things in, because they're bringing them 3 humans, but they can use it to move these things around the world.
Oh,
So they could.
it's kind of like
I
dawning
think
on Tembo now.
They can amass,
That's not good.
yeah, these creatures and move them anywhere in the world if they know how to use the portal. Or
With time,
Well,
even a
yes.
bear can learn to.
What does that mean?
So, wait, what time is it? Like
It's late night. You're midnight right now.
midnight.
Yeah.
You really want to go gallivanting in the temple right now?
No, I don't want to go to the temple, but eventually we're gonna have to do something about this because they can move these creatures.
So, do we do anything to help ourselves remember how to get back here if we wanted to?
You can start writing down like chalk or something. You could try to memorize it. I'll make you do a check for it later, but I mean, you can try to come up with a clever way to do it.
Anybody have chalk?
I don't have
No,
chalk.
I don't think so.
No.
The one thing I didn't think to bring.
I have.
You
I
know,
have
since I
some-
can't read or write.
I have some cosmetics that I can use from my disguise skills.
That's great.
All right.
Wax.
What do you think that? What do you think you
Yeah,
have?
I'd
in there?
probably have like
Some like
something
face wax or something like that. Okay. So you go to the wall to mark like close to temple. Give me-
temple. Here, write down temple this way.
so give
Just
me
do a picture.
give me a perception check.
You would ask that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That is some very large number.
That was a very big number.
25.
You see what look to be remnants, old chalk markings already there. Something you only would recognize. As a thief, you kind of have like this language that you can use
yes.
to kind of indicate locations, safe locations.
Gentlemen, these are symbols. 7 Knights Assassins.
Here we go.
And they tell me,
I mean, it's too
Temple's that
faded.
way.
Okay, I was gonna say it's too faded to say really anything at this moment, but you know that there's something there. But yeah, well,
yeah.
Well,
temple's that way.
well, do you think there's other markings? Like, can we use those?
Yes, there probably are other markings around the sewers.
All right. Well, I don't even know what you're looking at. It's like, I don't see anything there. So, you look out for those things.
Okay, and then thus we do our journey. What do you?
Jogging west.
You're jogging west. All right,
This is-
we're going
Come
west.
on.
All right. So as we do that, I think we're gonna jump into a quick break. You guys are now. Explain to me like the process that you guys kind of do as you're going through the sewers. We can expose it a little bit.
Well, as we hit any intersection, let you have time to look around, see if there's any markings that help
Okay.
us.
And
there.
I make my own markings.
Yeah, as you're
on the
moving around,
bricks
you're dragging your
with
your dagger.
with a dagger.
Okay.
I'm running around and nicking
And I
as
just
best I can.
try to keep us going west as best I can.
Hey, Rodan, can't you like talk to animals and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, what about these like rats we keep hearing?
Maybe they know where good food is at. That will give us a good thing
That's
to the inn.
a great idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I try to do animal report.
Okay.
With the rats, I bring out a little bit of cheese, and you know, and I burn it a little
you know,
bit so
this-
it smells good and
Did you hear the mouse and
This is like a maze, and they're rats. Like
They got cheese.
I mean,
and so I attract the rats and I build a rapport with them.
Yeah. Okay. So
And-
so
and-
you kind of get there and you
and-
let out
and-
some cheese. You kind of like squeak a little bit to kind of attract them a little bit. And
Yeah.
they nibble. I think that just automatically is a succeeding thing, right? I think it's one of your skills that just animals love you for doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Give me one animal handling check anyway.
Okay. B plus 5. Please. 21.
Cool. So, yeah, it wholeheartedly trusts you, and
So I try to convey to them, like, cheese. Where do they find the best one that they find it when they ever find it? And I tell them, I'll give you this cheese if you tell me where you get more.
That's right, because you can't actually speak with animals.
Yeah.
You don't have speak
Wait.
with animals, right?
Oh, you'd have to use
He's
the
a
spell.
druid. Like, doesn't he have?
No.
Oh, you might not have it prepared.
Yeah. I don't know if you have. Do you have speak with animals spell?
No, I don't have it.
Okay, so this is gonna be. But you rolled really
But
well.
but with the animal report, I can sort of
Yeah, no.
try and get them to do
remember.
something
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want. So I basically give them the cheese, but I kind of tell them, to get more.
To get
Instead
more,
of get
okay.
more from me, to lead me
Okay,
to
all right,
cheese.
yeah, I like that.
It's like, lead
With
me
your
to the
roll,
cheese.
Lead me to the cheese.
Where's the meat portal?
It goes back to the temple. It's like-
Yeah, well, if it starts doing that, I'm like, you can follow the rat. I'm not following the rat.
let's see. Let's think here. This is a big ask, but you had a pretty good roll. I think with you leading it in a direction like to the westward, you're like, and you kind of leave like a little trail of where the cheese is gonna go, and try to help maneuver it in that way. It takes probably a good 10 minutes.
Okay.
But like it eventually kind of catches on and starts kind of going off in the distance, and so you guys run to keep up with it, and not too far off, probably we'll say like maybe like quarter mile, half a mile or so, you guys reach a point where it's like the end of the road, and you guys are taking time to mark off where you're going, and you see that there's just like this pile of like junk and trash and stuff, and you see that there's like a little manhole cover above that just like is open, and there's just like piles of trash that have been piled up in here, and it just jumps into the trash and finds things, and then it brings back out like a piece of rotted cheese or something.
Bad rat.
No, good rat.
Do you eat it? Do you eat the bad cheese?
No, I don't eat it.
gotta
I
keep up
convey to it
appearances.
that it is for him, and
Okay.
just kind of like
Yeah,
rub
you
it
pat him on the back
behind
a
his
little bit.
ear.
And yeah, it goes up back into the trash and stuff. So there is an opening up above that you guys can go up on.
Rodent, you're gonna have to say goodbye to this rat. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have another
I
scene.
want it to be
where-
as good as when Arn had to say goodbye to Ed.
Oh, it
Now you
just
can
already
work
jumped
in.
into the
He's like,
trash,
"Oh,
but I say, "Bye, little buddy."
And yeah, he takes off in the distance. Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Look up to see if there's any.
Are there?
So can we
Yeah, you guys are
up?
far off. Like the sounds of the beating down of the
like
buildings
scissor.
has been gone for a while. At
Do you
this
see any
point.
light coming from above?
I see moonlight.
Do you
Oh,
see
so
any
it's outside.
markings
Yeah.
around?
I look around to see if I see any markings that would give me an indication of where we might be, what might be around.
Give me a perception check or investigation, because you're looking around at the walls.
Its perception is so much better.
Nah, you gotta investigate.
I mean, this.
As a rogue, you should be getting investigate and perception.
No, I get investigation. I'm horrible at. 'Cause that's intelligence.
Oh, true. Okay.
So with perception, I'm like off the charts. So what's you gonna give me the perception?
No, I'm giving you.
It's like that's a 6. That's like-
Dang. All right. There's no signs like where the rat has led
Looks
you.
like walls
But
to
you
me.
know that like in the main sewers and stuff, there was definitely signs, and now that you kind of veered off to an opening, like there's not really much out here to indicate like where you're looking. But you know that you're like getting some pretty good directions of like where the docks were at, which weren't too far off in the distance, and then you knew where like the center was at, and there was like wherever you met in the intersection, it would tell you like, oh, that way to.
You which map are you way through?
If he
Came
spent a
back.
long enough time like in trying to understand where everything's at, he might be able to find where things are.
Confirmed by popping up.
I think we should stay in the sewers at least for a while.
Let's stay here until the sun comes up.
Yeah, because those things are flying around. Like,
Yeah,
we start running down the street, they're gonna see us.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
roll the
true.
wise again.
You guys want to take a rest?
Short rest here.
Okay. What does everybody do during the short rest? Rodan is off reading his book.
That's what he's doing.
Oh, rub it in. Only one of us can agree.
Well, before
Yeah,
I,
I'm probably gonna like
I'm
I'm
gonna
probably gonna like curl up in a corner and just kind of like settle
Shake.
down, maybe take a nap.
use poultices on myself.
I'm not gonna sleep. I
Okay.
don't know that we should.
No,
sleep.
I don't think we have
Short rest.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
We're-
just gonna
Yeah.
sit there. I'm not gonna sleep. That's true.
Are we in water?
There's a little water, but you can sit off to the edge where you're not really in it. But you guys are soaked at this point because you've been running through the sewage.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're like sweaty. And
Yeah.
You can't really tell where the sewage starts and the sweat.
I'm gonna eat a
Again.
ration
Okay.
and recommend everyone else indulge.
So are we still under the manhole?
Yeah. You're kind of around it. It's not really that big, but it's enough for a person to be able to climb up and down into the sewage.
'Cause I was thinking of using it something like ooze flame or something like that if you want to warm up, but I'm afraid of.
No, I don't think they
Yeah.
can. I don't think they can see us.
No, nobody would be able to see you
Section.
from this point.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are kind of off in the distance, like off to the side. Like, no one's really going to be able to see it.
Okay. So
Roll the hit dice. Come back.
Yeah, if you're spending hit die, then yes. And then you add your.
so I
for
produce
each one that
flame,
you roll.
Mm-hmm.
and I can hold.
Subtract.
hold
The
it
whole
on for-
sewage explodes
You what?
in methane gas.
Subtract.
You won't- no. I often thought about that, right? Like, there's got to be a lot of gas in there. There's an entrance though. There's some
No,
pressure
you just
coming
have
down.
another
Yeah.
hit die.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you produce flame
for
to
10 minutes, it's at least warm up and
You healing? Look at that. Look at that heal.
I'm doing.
who's still messed up.
Well, I'm using hit die because we're short resting. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
I use 3.
And we'll say you can have your effective max hit points at this point now as you guys level up. Gain your strength as you feel more experience. Arn, you're off in the distance,
Yeah.
kind of just reminiscing.
Reminiscing.
Yeah.
Oh. Think of Ed.
Just
So Arn kind of daydreams a little bit, and has a moment where he's after the events of just seeing these alien creatures, just all of the events that have been unfolding over the past day. It just kind of like unfolds on you. You kind of do doze off a little bit, but just not really too much. But you have a kind of a flashback to a moment where you're off playing with the rest of your brothers at this point, off in like a field. You found like a nice little cove where you guys would play like not bones, but like maybe kind of like some kind of ball game or whatever, like soccer. You know, I feel like soccer would be like a primitive thing. You're kicking around a stone though.
Ball of hay or something.
Yeah, a ball of hay. Hails a bay, I think is what we
Hills
call
of
it.
Bay, yeah.
Tales of
And so you guys are kind of kicking it around, and a moment passes where the ball goes far off into the distance, and you go run to catch it, but you manage to slip and fall, and you take a big turn into a cavern. As you just slip down and you feel like your body's sliding further and further and further down like this waterfall as you hit rock bottom, and it's so dark you could barely make out kind of the light that was above from where the cavern you guys were playing from. But the voices seem very far off in the distance. You kind of come to a little bit. What is Arn doing at this moment?
he's probably gonna be pretty scared. You know, it's definitely in his younger days. He's gonna try to like shake himself off and look around at whatever he can, but realize there's probably not much in like the middle of the dark cavern. Kind of follow the water stream that he's slid down.
Yeah.
And see if I can find a way out.
Imagine you try to like climb a little bit, but like the water as it's coming down is just pushing you down every
Yeah,
time. The
I'm-
rocks are slippery.
Yeah, I imagine it's a little steep from like the water just running over it.
And so as you go further down, you do note that there's like it was dark for a little while, but as you enter into like this next larger area, this next larger platform, or not platform, but like just this room, this chamber, as the cavern expands open, surprisingly you can kind of make out for some reason what the room looks like, and you know that there's off in the distance what looks to be like a stone dais, and like stairs that kind of lead down from it, and kind of like a stadium seating before it as you enter into this cavern.
Yeah, being a curious young lad, he's probably going to make his way that way and kind of try to check out like this.
Yeah,
I mean,
behind the
he hasn't seen
stone
anything
dais,
like
you
this
see
before.
like another, like kind of like an entrance or an exit, and so you can get kind of close. As you do, you notice there's something on the diet.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna try to like make his way up those stairs
Yeah,
and
as,
kind of
as
see
you
what's
do,
up there.
the item. What is the item you find on there? What does it look like? You think?
It's some sort of very like sleek like trinket. He hasn't really seen anything like it before. It's smooth to touch, uh, and cold as well. Cold like metal would be, but this is like way too shiny and like well crafted to be anything that could be made anything around here or anything he's even seen before. So it's like it's a pretty foreign object, but he can tell it's like probably like some sort of metal.
Yeah, metal that's like the smoothest you've ever seen, ever crafted. Like
Right, just like
no
super
blade,
sheen.
no work that you've ever seen in the blacksmiths and in Blacktail. Have you ever seen that where like these round rods and objects that are coming out of it like glass, and it's glowing maybe a little bit, and it just, you don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
it's
so what do you
completely
do?
foreign. He's probably gonna pocket it and kind of turn around to kind of like head out and like show his brothers like this crazy thing that like he found
Yeah,
and
so
try to make his way down the stairs.
okay, so you make it your way down the steps, and you start to make your way back out to the way you came from. You enter into this. You enter back out of, or you go back out of the exit point, and you see before you kind of like a lake as it extends far beyond, and you see that there's a lot of plants, of fluorescent lighting up the lake a little bit, and off in the distance you see just like nothingness. It just lights like little motes of white light, blue and red, kind of going off in the distance, and it looks like immediately before you, like I said, the fluorescent plants and the lake. There's like a little line that kind of goes around as the lake kind of extends beyond there. And imagine as you kind of go on through, you take a step forward and you realize there's something different about this moment. You think about breathing, think about moving, and that doesn't really happen. You know that you just exist in a moment in time, and you think about reaching for like a dagger or even try to pull out like the thing you just found, and you realize there's not really a part to you to pull that from. You have nothing on you. You feel the waters kind of go around you, hold, and as you take your first step, it ripples, and you realize the ripples kind of just go on forever, and it just extends past. And as you're looking on past, you see 7 dark objects off in the back, and they look massive, almost like the sizes of moons. And you look off to your left, and you see kind of like a planet. You don't know what a planet looks like, but you know that there's a large ball of something. You know that you're so insignificant next to it. And 2 large moons next to it. And in this moment, you start looking around, and you feel the ripples of the lake kind of come back to you as you look back to where the ripples are coming from, and you see an entity so large, so massive, as it's coming out of this, not even a lake anymore, but of just this nothingness of no air, no breath, no movement, and it shapes out. What do you think it, what would Arn do in this moment?
I mean, he would just be. I mean, he's never experienced anything like this before, and he'd probably be shaken to his core, and I imagine just like losing his grip and like just not even knowing like what's happening, like what to think, and kind of losing his grip on reality.
Yeah. As the creature starts to form out, you see almost humanoid shape, large legs that are thicker than your body, 4 times its size. You see those thick sausage legs basically extend out to this huge body as these arms that kind of look like arms as they come from the torso, but then split out into 10 different tentacles as they kind of slither on left and right and about and forward and backwards. And the head, where it should be a head, is not. It's actually just a solid piece of the torso as it kind of gets a little smaller and bends backwards, and there's a mouth that kind of extends all the way around through it, and a tongue that hangs out as it flickers through towards you. And for a moment you feel its presence in your mind, and it whispers something. And the moment you feel that power, that moment you come to and you wake up right at the bottom of the cavern as you feel like a rope pulling you, and you see one of your brothers lifting you out as you're kind of unconscious, coming to and pulling you out. And for that moment you feel like a piece of frost like produced from your hand, and you feel it as if you pulled it from some far off distance, and you had that connection. Is he gone? Are you gone? Did he disappear?
Oh no, I think he froze.
You're gonna have to watch the VOD, man.
Yeah.
I ain't re-describing that.
Oh god.
I was like, man, he's really intent on
he's
this.
like,
Seriously.
hardcore.
And then he wakes up. All right, you gotta call back, dude.
Fuck. That was so good.
I was into it. I was into
I was
it.
doing it. They're like, wait. Nope.
You're literally pulling him out of
All right. Well, when he comes back, we'll have him and we'll have his reaction. But
Yeah.
I will. I mean, hey.
I was
You're
there the whole
muted.
time. I didn't even notice.
Okay.
my
All
God.
right. Yeah, you were frozen for a second, but you heard.
Okay. Yeah, I heard everything.
All right, cool. All right, good. We're good. I was like, you're watching the VOD, man. I can't get back in that moment, man.
I was so enthralled. I didn't even notice.
But he wasn't
that
actually
happened.
frozen. He just.
He's literally frozen.
Yeah.
Like, holy smokes. I mean, my words are good,
All right.
but come on. He snaps out of it, and you see Tembo, like everyone kind of makes note of him. He's just like, what just happened?
Yeah, and
You okay over there?
I just kind of nod my head and say, yeah, I'm fine.
Like, kick some
and
water
then
on him.
Tried to get to my mouth a little bit.
We're not out of it yet, so try to stay awake.
Internally, I kind of like feel that like ever present connection with that place and with that thing that almost like, I mean, I imagine after that as a kid, I didn't speak for like quite a while, like that kind of traumatic experience, and I just kind of like remember like why I'm so afraid to draw power from that place, and like keep in mind like what's important, and to not ever go back there again.
Oh yeah. All right. Your short rest is that. We've got a little bit of time left. What do we want to do?
Well,
I think we.
the sun.
Sun is.
Sun-
We'll say
sun's
this.
out.
We'll say the sun's coming out. It's been a few hours. You guys are like kind of just relaxing for a little while, waiting.
Do we
for it to come
notice,
up.
like, I guess we see, like, well, are the sewers basically under the house, or do the sewers actually go out to the
It
streets?
looks like it
as
goes
well?
out to the streets.
Do we notice a lot of activity in this?
No, like it's like dusk.
Dawn.
The opposite.
Yeah. It's
Man.
done. It's
Wow.
like the sun.
Long,
it's-
short rest.
The sky is turning a little orange. Like it might be way early in the morning still. Like it was late in the night when you guys went to relax. Oh yeah.
Can we reach the sewer entrance or the grate?
There we go. Now we're in the city.
Okay. we'll pop.
Yeah.
You pop out. You look like you're. You know that you're a little. You're in the center, but not really too far off from the center.
Yeah, so Tembo leads in and says, I know we were going to the pit. Maybe we should go back to the tower. Like, we shot that thing. Maybe we should go back.
You whispered.
I was trying.
It sounds fine.
Was that
Sounds
not
good.
enough?
Yeah, no, that's good.
Okay.
He who takes no chances wins nothing.
Oh,
You
jeez.
said that like 16 times. Like, Tembo's almost talking normally now. And, like, I imagine one of you, like, you're probably like holding him back. Like,
Yeah, you're in the center. There's nobody around. At this
But
point.
still, the whole
Yeah.
quiet thing.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, make sure the grate's good, and all right, let's turn to the south.
You go.
I mean, does
you go
that make
south
sense to
the
anybody
spiral
else?
zone.
Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If we're not in danger anymore, it's
Does
possible.
Kira see any of those same symbols outside of in the city?
Yeah, give me perception.
Yeah,
Let me get your little.
it's like
pig.
18.
with a 9.
With a 9 and 18, dang, dude.
Level up.
Get on
That's
his.
true. So we'll say, you do see some symbols on a building that was marked
That was marked.
by the temple,
Oh, okay.
and it does say that it says like safe house, 3 streets down, and like kind of gives you like a direction of which way to go.
I found directions to a safe house for my guild. Or a guild. Do I know that it's my guild?
You wouldn't know.
I
You know,
wouldn't.
like thieves can't. Writing and stuff like that is pretty common to many
Yeah.
thieves.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know if it's a rival guild or not.
But I do know of a Night Assassin member in this.
Yeah.
We can go check that out before we go to the
sleeping around here is hard.
We need the tea.
The tea. You have the tea. You have all the tea.
How much tea do I have?
You had enough for. I think we said what, like. Dang, you should have written this down.
I think it said 8 nights for all of us.
Is it
You
as
stole
much?
all the tea. Like you
in
took
perpetuity.
all
I
of it.
took all the tea?
So if you know, the DM shall rolleth. If you
I was
do
just
not
going
have
to
the
say
number
roll
written
for
down.
tea because I don't think I wrote it down.
Roll for tea.
Oh, okay. I think I gave you guys each 2 uses. I think that's what it was. So there was enough for each of you to use one,
Right,
like
and
2
you
uses.
just happen to have all of them.
And he has all of them. Yeah.
Well, he's the one that stole them.
There's only enough for me.
For the month.
Roll deception.
Okay, so we going to Spires all, or are you taking this other trip?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good right now, so I don't really need to go rest yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think we could
I might be able
allies
to,
there?
Yeah, I might have allies there. I might be able to get some information. You guys want to stay here?
You want us to hang back?
Yes.
Yeah, like whatever we're gonna do, we're gonna close on that. 'Cause
Yeah.
we only got like 15 minutes. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, we can go there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
So you start following the directions off to the safe house, and you start to. You see that it's kind of like off in the residential district of central area, the center, and you start making out the directions, and you eventually find a building that's very nondescript, and it's also abandoned and has been marked by the temple as.
This
do
is the
not
building
enter.
I think is the safe house.
And it's written very small on like a corner of like the door. It says, you know, safe house inside. What do you do? Is that it? Knock?
Do I know a knock? Do I know a knock?
No, you don't know.
Yeah, no.
So you knock. And it takes maybe a couple minutes, or you're like almost to the point where you're like, okay, this isn't a real thing anymore. Maybe because it's been abandoned, like it's not really a big deal.
I don't remember her
But
name.
someone does kind of call out from a window not too often. Who goes there?
You're the unseen.
Is that it? Okay.
What's that?
I can see you fine from here.
Tembo like stifles a laugh.
Because I want to.
It says, need the password.
check on
Your
the
pass?
thing if it is written on the little safe house.
Yeah, well, I can't read.
I mean, you're looking around for symbols and stuff. Like, it's just the symbol that says safe house. And
I say black milk.
he says, yeah, give me a persuasion roll. I'll let you. This is D&D. We gotta roll dice here.
That's a 7.
Okay. He feels like you're pretty confident in that response. Like that would have been a password for something. He says, "You're not from around here, are you?"
No, I'm looking for some brothers that could help me.
Okay. Any names for them brothers?
I didn't write it down.
Oh my god. The worst rogue ever.
I know.
Oh, her name.
Her name. You guys remember
Yeah,
her
he
name?
kept asking for her.
Starts with a T.
It wasn't even the right gender.
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle.
I'm looking for Tabrielle. I wrote it down.
I need my D100. Here we go. There's no Gabrielle here. I know who you speak to. Says, who are the rest of those that are with you?
Those are my brothers.
Also with the guild?
No,
They are not allowed in then.
they can stay outside.
Hey.
You can
And
stay out here.
the door slightly opens ajar. It comes, opens and then says, tell me, have you ever sent a message by owl or pigeon?
Yes.
Yes. You gotta remember the password was written on one of those things. When you send those things, you might have remembered, but that's okay. Come on in.
Very trusting guild.
I guess we are like, is shit real?
You guys are blown
Is
away.
this really
I just got let in, aren't
No,
you?
no, no.
Yeah.
Because we don't before now we never believed them.
Kira to belong to. They're like, oh, you forgot the password. Come in anyway. It's okay.
I'm like, I guess I accept anyone.
I'm just kind of
Obviously.
imagining, like, because Tembo's given him so much shit, like, as you go through the door, you kind of like, and like,
Yeah, I will walk in. Thank you.
He closes the door behind you. He says, and you see several other people kind of out in the shadows with their arms at the ready, like weapons drawn.
Are they all elves?
Not all of them. Some are human. The one who opened the door for you, who has been speaking to you, is not as human.
Okay.
But some are elves. And we're not familiar with your name here. Miss Gabrielle, we do recognize her name. If we can have her vouch for you, we might be able to let you live. What do you come here for?
I come from a city nearby. One of our friends was acquired, captured, and brought to the city. But since then, we've come to realize that this place is cursed.
That it is.
And we have been dealing with the dreamlands and the flying monsters overhead. How do you guys sleep here?
Have you heard of the tea?
No, I haven't. Tell me about this tea. Do you have any?
He knows immediately, like you're pulling this down. Like there ain't no deception roll you can do. He's like, it's in your pocket. I can see it sticking out. You gotta wait till
there's like a T-shaped like bulge in your.
He says, the tea helps you sleep.
So you guys take the tea as well.
Yes, the tea helps you sleep. It doesn't always work, but we always have to have men on guard, hoping to.
Where can we get more of the tea?
We can provide. Doesn't come cheap.
Money is no object.
We're not
It's a
there.
good thing we're not there.
Yeah.
So, you were also the one to swindle the guard because he couldn't count your money. Yeah, this is true.
I'm trying to, give
Yes.
the perception.
Yeah, no, that's
that
fine,
I'm,
that's
this,
fine,
this
that's fine.
strong thief with tons of cash.
I mean,
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we're broke.
yeah. You were supposed to get money from Sidor, and he says, "Yeah, but we've got some tea. It is valuable here. I demand for people who are not elves.
Who makes the tea?
The tea comes from a city nearby. It was the other elven city. Name I do not remember.
Loading screen.
But I will give you it as the loading screen pops up. Yeah, I'll just use the map. Loading screen even more.
You need to see if they'll let us put the map behind us on the green screen.
Dude, I would love to have that. City's name is Serenport.
As he puts his map away.
Yes. I recall distinctly from this map its location.
Which I happen to have.
Where can I find a map?
It is not for sale.
I can't read it anyways.
I do have actually.
Money is no
hold up.
object.
I do have money is no object. I do have the map here of the one that we drew, but I didn't put it on. Oh, here it is, world map. So, and he shows you on his map. Imistrol is in the, well, you can't see me pointing to it, but basically Imistrol is at this southern part of the map, but like Serenport, he points to it, is just like on the coast, not too far off in the distance.
It's just south. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wish,
it like
really
blocks
point
my
over
arm, so I can't really point there.
But it is to the south east of where this current location
Good
is.
map, by the way.
Yeah, I
It's a
know.
good map.
I spent a very long time making it. It was very frustrating, and I think the
I
stream.
remember that stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, he points to it. He says, "Serenport, there's not much of a city left after the war, a long time ago, the Elven War.
Are
The city has been
Are
abandoned.
the same people that have running this city, running that city as well?
We haven't seen anything like that. It's mostly been an abandoned city, but there's still much to be leveraged
Why are
from
you
that.
guys still here?
This, he's like, yeah, we still
Yeah, we steal everything.
But he's also to support other members. We are also a center point for the rest of the Claws of Imistrol. Many of our members are here, but obviously the main headquarters being in the main town.
Well, I know that that's the name of the guild.
There's no guild. He hasn't told you his
He has a
guild
guild.
name yet.
Okay. What's the clause in this?
The this is the town. This is the
I know,
actually
I know,
the
I know.
city
Imistrol is the
location.
city, and the
Yeah,
clause,
the
the
Claws
clause is
of
just like
Imistrol
the
is this map.
geographical.
Yeah, this geographical location of the map. That's the Claws
Yeah.
of
Because
Imistrol.
there's like a bunch of points jutting out or something.
Yeah,
Right.
because it looks like claws basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like there's another part of Thule that looks like it's called the Thousand Teeth, and that's because there's literally just like thousands of
Okay.
little juts coming out. And he says we shall take you to the center and vouch for who you are. What is your purpose? What do you call it?
Wanted to get more insight on this place, how to survive here, how to potentially rescue our friend. And I figured that I would come look for a guild to help me understand that.
Okay, so roll me a D. Actually, a D100.
I know, you got like a more than 100.
84.
Okay. Might be worse. The rest of your friends can join, but they shall be at the mercy of the men as they guide them.
Just don't say anything.
And he opens the door, and the rest of them kind of motion you in. You see, like, there are probably
Now
about-
I'm very confident with this motion. Now
You're like,
I'm gonna
come on in.
come on in, guys. You said we're
Tembo's
good.
like nodding, like, I don't know.
By the way,
There's something
not
to
the
this after
Seven
all.
Knives Assassins.
And so, yeah, they take you down into a like a, I forgot the word again, a basement, a cellar, and there's like, you can see that they carved out kind of a wall into one of the probably be the western side, and they carved out a door, I should say, and there's like a path that looks like they had been working on this like underground railroad type thing for an extended period of time, and it's lit up by torches, just very dimly. There's not a lot of it.
They say, don't you guys use the sewers?
When desperate times, we've built this underground system. It took probably about 10 years to do it, but we've been using this system. The sewers are not only messy, but they're also, there's another organization that exists here that has been also been trying to leverage the opportunity. And so we created our own system to help move the product out.
What organization is that?
We call them the Pale Hand.
Scribbling her note.
Yeah.
Big old writing. I can't write. I can't read.
What are you writing? You can't read.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like,
We're
my
just
hand.
making a hand,
Painting
making
it white.
yeah.
And he says they've been kind of intruding in our spaces, but we've been kind of at war, kind of an underground war with them here. But it comes down to the sale of product. We push a lot of blackmail here, as it is our source of income. Mostly just because the people, some of the elves are just kind of like, yeah, we have no morals about it. We're good at this.
Don't they give the black milk away?
They don't. They charge for it. We undercut them just enough to make profit, but we're stealing the black milk. So it's
And the Pale
100%
Hand is
profit
also-
for us.
The Pale Hand also sells black milk.
They've been intruding in on our shipment. We've caught them a few times and had some encounters, but we've noticed that they've been growing in size. They're trying to take advantage of the situation of this town. But we have to make do while we wait with our calls to our brothers amongst other towns. But we make do with what we can.
Are the priests aware of both of your organizations?
We suspect they might. We've not seen any disruption, and they know that their shipments are being stolen. They just don't know who we are. The greatest thieves guild.
Of course.
It remains to be seen.
They haven't said it.
What is the name of your thieves guild?
You would know, wouldn't you? You're the one with us.
I know Tabrielle's thief guild.
He says, "Yes, we will see." And they do come. It opens up into like this large area. It looks like they've kind of repurposed. What looks to be like would have been an underground warehouse, and it opens up and there's just lights up all over. It's a huge room, and you can see several hundred people kind of operating, moving boxes around or setting up like tents and stuff like that. Like it's
Quite
just
an
kind of like
operation.
an
Yeah, they got an
underground
operation.
city.
Yeah.
And they take you up to a room where you go upstairs to like this like makeshift deck, and built into one of the walls is kind of like a large chamber, and they open it, they knock on the door, and you hear him kind of whisper something into it, and the door opens, and so they open the door and they go in, and you see beyond a table, man you recognize. Remember the other man whom you trained with?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Vaguely.
What's his name?
No, he has a name. His name is... I don't have it.
I know what the name is. I don't have my notes here. I just have 2 d20s and a bunch of d6s. Okay, I'll tell you what the name is.
Akiro?
Akira. Akira. And you see beyond in this table Akira, the man who you trained under, and he sees you and immediately recognizes you.
Akiro!
And he says, "Settle down, boy." Actually, no, he's Elven, right?
Yeah.
So he says, "Settle down, boy." I forgot all elves are Russian.
Russian.
Um,
Russian elves.
I don't really. Kira never really yells. He's like, Akiro.
Yes. Yes, my name is Akiro. Strange to see you here. What is your purpose?
We came from Blacktail. We were looking for one of our friends. He was
Interesting.
abducted.
Why didn't you send a message by pigeon?
I didn't know you were here.
I vaguely remember telling you to contact us is to send a message by pigeon.
I'm not intelligent.
This is how you got in touch with Ariel. Those many times that you invaded those slavers.
Nothing is easy to the unwilling.
Knock that out, boy. Thought I beat that out of you. and
So it's not just us.
they welcome you with open arms and they say you have a home here. We shall be able to support you in any way, of course, in helping you in your endeavor to find.
Can you
your
just
friend.
repeat that one more time? For everyone to hear in the room.
We got it, okay. We got it. I believe you now.
They take you to some quarters where you can go and relax and stay in. It's kind of like a bunker that they've kind of built out, and a lot of people are sleeping there. And
Like shower.
Tea.
there's no fresh water, but there is potable water to make tea and stuff. And so, but they do give you a resting area, and thus we will end our adventure here until we find out more from the seven knives assassin.
We found them.
All right, cool. We're done. What are we gonna do? What do you guys want to do next time? Because I feel like I should prep because I didn't think about this game at all. as I was like setting up this
We were gonna
huge
die.
production
we were supposed
here.
to die.
You know, I feel like maybe get some information from them, and then I think we should head back to the
Spire.
tower.
You
Yeah.
have to talk to
The Spire, yeah, because
Yeah.
Jude
Well,
owes us money.
We need to
That's
kind of
true.
connect what they know about what he told us with the whole potions and everything.
Yeah.
Like, see if they know anything about that.
Mhm.
Because it seems like they probably don't care so much.
Yeah, they probably
They
are
probably
a
don't care
little-
that the priests exist.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
they're just
Yeah.
taking advantage of it. You know,
Yeah.
But I
exploiting
mean, I guess the question is, do we want to go down the path of like helping that guy with like aiming these things somehow to help us find Teague, or do we want to leverage the guild to find Teague?
those are good questions
They are.
that we should think about in the interim.
Yeah.
Well, we just have to figure
Yeah.
out what the guys. What was the guy's name?
Consider.
Sitter.
Yeah.
See how Sitter's path takes us versus
Yeah.
what the guild would do.
What-
And,
what
I
are
mean,
we
we can always
reporting?
come back to them because we've established that connection now. And
What are we reporting to him in terms of what
he
did that
gave.
potion do?
Well, he said that it would destroy the thing or something.
okay.
No. It allowed him to mark it so he could chase it. Find it.
Ah,
No matter
right.
where it was, he would always
Okay.
be able to find it.
And
So we have to see if that worked.
yes, and well, it's probably
It's
good
good
that
thing
we
you didn't kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Good
the
thing you
other
didn't
reason-
kill it.
Yeah, that's the other reason. I really thought we weren't supposed to kill it. They were supposed to
Yeah,
mark
we
it.
took like way too long to get back to a new session. I kind of forgot I wasn't supposed
Yeah,
to.
that's true. That's fair.
That's
It wasn't the
I got a
previously
little
on. We were
excited. I
talking
was
during
like free crits, and
Yeah.
I just
Nick Sellier, next time we're not supposed to kill that thing. Okay?
Free Rick.
So, thanks for everybody who's watching the stream. We had probably like 13 or 14 of you guys all at once here hanging out. We appreciate everything. I am and Nick Celia for actually buying from the store. The system finally works. I'm super happy about that. And everybody who followed, even during our marathon, there was 12 to 10 cents, an iClue guy who followed. So shout outs to you guys. Thanks for following the channel. Yeah, just hopefully you guys hang out. Like I said, we do everything on Tuesdays. Next Tuesday we'll probably do a rerun of this stream, and the Tuesday after that we should be back. Hopefully, if there's no impending doom storms coming along. But other than that, give us a follow on Twitter. It's Mort is Magical. Other than that, I think we're all good to go, and I think we will see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out, guys.